This is Mellissa Thomas of Florida National News coming to you from the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, where the Arnold Palmer Invitational will have its opening ceremonies today. So stay tuned right here for all the exciting details. Given Mr. Palmer's legacy and the level of excellence that he played with and carried himself with, does that inspire you guys as players to carry that excellence with you wherever you go, not just here with the Arnold Palmer Invitational, but with any game?
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I think for it definitely does. You know, it's not even the on-course stuff, and he was, you know, one of the most successful players in the history of the game on the golf course. It's the off-course stuff that inspires me more than I think that. You know, if there's some kids that want an autograph or want a picture, and you've had a bad day. I mean, how bad can it be? You're playing golf for a living, right? But you go over and you do that because you think, well, you know, what would he have done? And it's little things like that, I think, that you can make yourself better just by, not just at this event, but everywhere, just by trying to be like him. He's a pretty good person to try and be like, I think.
Absolutely. Just reiterating what Mark said, he really paved the way for us. And in a large way, Mark and I and all of us playing on the PGA Tour, all of us working at the PGA Tour, we wouldn't really have an opportunity to make a living playing this sport were it not for my grandfather in a large way. And most importantly, just not the way he played the game, but just the way he interacted, the way he, worked with the media, the way he treated fans. And that's something that, we all have to think about day in, day out, because at the end of the day, we don't get to, play this sport and make an impact because we're good at golf. We get to do it because we're entertainers, and you have to do that the right way, and he epitomized doing that the right way.
Well, the world knows Arnold Palmer as a great golfer, but here in Orlando, we know him as a great humanitarian and philanthropist, as evidenced by their work with Orlando Health, the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, and the Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies. So they have contributed greatly to our community, and we appreciate them for that.
These are fantastic, representing the city of Orlando.
Actually, as an ambassador, they gave us each this pair. They're customized for each of us, but they're also made from recycled materials. So that's pretty cool.
And then very briefly, you mentioned off camera that you kind of recovered from a knee replacement, but you're out here, you're ready to tee off. So kind of talk about that and your experience of being directly involved with the Arnold Palmer Invitation here.
Oh, yeah, I've been involved with this foundation and the tournament for so long, and Arnie and I became really good friends. And he was just a great guy, and so every time they call me and ask me, the answer is yes, just because it's an easy thing to do, and they do such great work.
Clearly you're a big sports fan. We just saw you out in Daytona for the Daytona 500 doing the pre-race concert. Talk about that sort of significance for you being involved in the sports world, whether it's for something like Daytona 500 or here at the Arnold Palmer.
Music is just so universal, and it's taken me so many different places, and to be at Daytona and then be here, be at the Super Bowl, be at a football game, it's just really cool to be part of sports because I love sports, and the fact that my music has brought me into all that stuff's pretty cool.
Talk about what his legacy means to you personally.
Actually, I started playing golf when I was 8.
Wow.
Which happened to be 1955.
Wow.
That's the year that he became a pro. So I followed his career since then until his death. He was an inspiration in many ways, but he was a great man. He was more than a golfer, actually. So he set a great example.
We are wrapping up the opening ceremony for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. As you can see behind me, that is the commemorative stamp for Arnold Palmer, who was quite the legend here in Central Florida. And as a golfer, internationally speaking, he had an impact on many, many people's lives. So they made sure to commemorate him with a stamp. And as we heard from the representative from the post office, the governor there, these requests for commemorative stamps are made by thousands of people, and it takes at least 3 years for them to select a commemorative stamp. So congratulations to the Palmer family for his legacy being immortalized in that stamp. And as you saw, there were a lot of different elements in today's opening ceremony. Arnold Palmer was a big personality, therefore the opening ceremony was a big ceremony as well. We heard from Governor DeSantis that officially the Arnold Palmer drink, otherwise known as the half and half, for those who are not familiar with Arnold Palmer, is now the official drink for the governor's mansion. He made that proclamation today during the press conference. And as we saw the official tee-off in honor of Arnold Palmer, each person that lined up here on the driving range mimicked his exact swing to the best of their ability. And we saw that Sam Saunders, the grandson, who's also a pro golfer, he made sure to do it at Arnold Palmer's specific spot in honor of his grandfather. But stay tuned right here at FloridaNationalNews.com as we follow the Arnold Palmer Invitational Tournament from now all the way through to the final round on Sunday. This is Mellissa Thomas coming to you from Bay Hill.